my stream, with knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow.
Fixerbot says.
T minus 4 minutes.
Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight.
Jerome Slux says.
Afternoon.
We'll learn and grow in this stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow.
I'm gonna go make some lunch and we'll be back.
Dixit says. Me too lol.
Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations,
Fixerbot says.
gonna teach you
Stream about to start. 1 minute left.
hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow.
Okay. Okay, goodbye. The kids said that we don't have any sandwiches left. So, let's see. So, right, I put this on my table so I should remember it. There. Well, let's see. Let's stop that message. And let's actually start. So, good afternoon. My lunch is actually in the microwave. I got this frozen cheese and broccoli soup. It all sounds like... I can't say soap, it sounds like soap that you wash your hands with. Oh well. So, we did a bit of this just yesterday. Just this practical thingy here. So, it's time to do this. Oh, I now have to follow the guide here, cause I don't know how macros work. So I've done this once before, but they updated rooms, and I think I need the repetition actually. So let's just do it. So starting the box first, then machine, and this is on burp. Burp suit intruder is the theme of it. And I haven't had time to start my VM yet, so let's do that. I worked until 12:45, so we'll see if I have to run and help my kids a bit too, probably. But one of them had already eaten. He got hungry, so he heated up some food for himself. That's nice when they can do that. But also, I had lunch plans, but whatever. Well, if both can make lunch for themselves, then I can work more. So that would be nice. Oh, was that a new? Callie hopped around a bit there. Oh, starting my control phone here. So we need OBS up so you can see. Yeah, it hopped over. So did I just type it without thinking? I paused on the last letter and was like, what? Did I already type all of it? It can't be true, right? Well, it looks like I did. So, what do we have in trash? Looks like there was something there. No, I definitely mistyped that. I think it's still bad, we'll see. Yeah, because sometimes the keys are too close together. And I think I pressed 2. So, let's hop over here, let's start Firefox, terminal, burp. Yeah, and I think this is the one we were supposed to open, so. I really should take time to, you know, when we moved stuff from this table to the floor, it's still there. That's not nice. And some things are going up in the attic. I don't need like opening computer, putting in hard drive cables in here, but they might be useful later. So
Tyrone Sluck says,
welcome in.
Back. Made some sandwiches. You have soap for lunch?
Yeah, apparently. I put it on 7 minutes. It should be done. My soap. I hope it's not too hard or too soapy of a taste.
Did you mean soup?
Yeah. I just always pronounce it in a bad way. So it sounds. But at least it's fun. We get more things to laugh about.
Ah, it's your accent?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I kind of, it's to myself it sounds wrong. So I won't eat any more soap. I'll have TTS Saint instead. So
It's funny nonetheless.
yeah, it's very funny. So I just got inside the door like 20 minutes ago, and I've been talking a bit to my kids, so I'm like, still, I think that was the microwave. I'll go get my food before I'll start reading.
Medox20 says, hello.
So it needed another 7 minutes. Hello, Medox20. Welcome in. So today I'll try to refresh my memory of apparently intruder macro. I guess you need to use it to actually remember how it works, right? So let's read it. In this extra mile exercise, we will tackle a more challenging variant of credential stuffing attack we previously performed. However, this time, additional measures... my table is too low. Yeah, additional measures have been implemented to make brute forcing more difficult. So I really should learn this, you know. If you're comfortable using burp macros, you can attempt this challenge without the instructions below. Otherwise, let's proceed with the step-by-step approach. So, we'll see. I don't really remember this. Catching the request. Begin by capturing the request to admin login and reviewing the response. Here an example of the response. And they have marked the cookie. And login token. Right. I've done this once before, but long ago. Like several months ago. In this response, we notice that alongside username and password fields, there is a session cookie set. As well as a CSRF cross-site request forgery token in a hidden field. Refreshing the page reveals that both the session cookie and the login token change with each request. This means that for every login attempt, we need to extract valid values for both the session cookie and the login token. To accomplish this, we will use a burp macros to define a reported set of actions macro to be executed. I didn't change the stream info. No, it was good. Let me know if we had like an IRL test there. So, burp macros to define a repeated set of actions macro to be executed before each request. This macro will extract unique values for session cookie and login token, replacing them in every subsequent request of our attack. Tutorial. Yeah, so let's try and do as little as possible from the tutorial and try and do as much as we can. But I don't really remember at all, so... activate intercept. Yeah, so we can catch this thing easily, of course. We did yesterday shortly, but I was kind of needing to finish my taxes yesterday. And I did, so it's all done now. That's nice, because today was the last day, so it's always nice to be done before the last day. So now burp is started. So if we intercept response to this one and forward it. So, why? It's not like we have to do this even. Yeah, it's probably the, well, odd anyway. So, didn't we get a response? Yeah, I think we had this problem last time. So let's just try it once more.
Do you solve boxes at HCB as well?
I have just done a few boxes so far, so I'm just learning. But I was thinking yesterday, maybe I should do like, if you sub, you can say what box I should try. Try being the main word there, because you never know. You can always Google, of course, for a hint if it's too hard. But I've done a few of them. So let's forward it again. Let's just turn this off and try it again by just doing this. Oh, I didn't change the IP. That's kind of smart to do, right? I just had it up from yesterday. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, what? Why should this work? Why don't we get a response? Very odd thing. Yes, indeed.
That's cool. Did you learn cybersec by yourself or in uni?
Oh no, just by myself. But also, I've been working in IT for lots of years. So, and I started programming when I was young. So, but I haven't done it very much recently. So we have also now a C++ project for a copy tool. So, let's do this now. And here we have the session, and then we have... So, have you just recently started to be interested then? So you're starting to learn? So here's the hidden field for the value, the login token. So I have no idea how to use the... I'm guessing we send this to the intruder though. So why did we get this one here? Ah, let's just see what it says. I'm too noob for this. So intercept and login attempt, capture the request and send it to intruder. Yeah, but it's not what I wanted. Configure the positions the same as we did for the brute force. Yeah, okay. I actually did this last time, but I thought I would need the one before. No, cause I've been home a lot with my kids, special needs, so that's why I'm not currently working in IT. Unfortunately, but I work a bit at a company with electronics close by, so we'll see what happens. Why didn't I get this one there? So if we forward this one, I can try and sending it to this to the intruder again, which is the same thing, of course. So if we also capture if we forward this and we just enter something here. If you want me to explain this, I can do that if you're interested. And if you don't know how it works, we have set this to go, all the traffic's going through burp. So when we click login and have this intercept done, it's open here.
Finish my sandwiches. Finished.
Yeah, nice. So I think probably my food is done too. So I'll just run down and get it. Oh, there, I heard it. So where did I put the spoon? There. So this is broccoli and cheese. Like this.
Enjoy
Quick
yourself.
lunch. Yeah, right. Soap soup. Oh, look, twice I did this yesterday, and I spelled user wrong both times. So we're marking these. And I think we're supposed to mark the last one too, right? We'll see. Alright, you didn't see what I did. Sorry. I just... Do you want to see it? Or is this okay? I just intercepted this in the proxy. So, and I sent it with a right click to intruder. And I selected these. Let's guess we should do this one too, like that. You can... Oh. Let's undo. No, it can't undo stuff. Yeah, it can. There. So, let's see what it says. Configure the positions the same way we did for brute forcing. Supporting this much I know how to do. And set the attack type to pitchfork. So let's set this to pitchfork. I think that's what we used yesterday too. Clear all predefined positions and select only username and password. Our macro will handle the other two positions. Okay. Now switch over to the payloads tab and load in the same username and password word lists as we did last time. So we switch to the payload, and we have lists to load that are called username and password. And the second one, load password. So we have username and password are filled in here. What to test. And there are 100 of them. Now, alright. Up until this point, we have configured intruder in almost the same way as our previous credential stuffing attack. This is where things start to get more complicated. The username and password parameters handled, we now need to find a way to grab the ever-changing login token and session cookie. Unfortunately, recursive grep won't work here due to the redirect response. So am I supposed to know what they mean with this in burp? We can't do this entirely within intruder. We will need to build a macro. And this is the complicated stuff. Macros allow us to perform the same set of actions repeatedly. In this case, we simply want to send a GET request to admin login. Fortunately,
Fixerbot says,
New follower the 6,000.
the 6,000.
Less than 3.
Cool name. Switch over to the settings tab.
the 6000 says, Good morning, Pride High.
Good morning, or lunchtime for some people. It's all different depending on where you are in the world. So then we also depending on your schedule, right? Because it could be morning independent of the time. This is really too salty for me. Well, it's kind of good. Let's go to the settings tab. So this is what he was talking about, probably the grep merge.
Very true. Morning here in US Smile. I'm new to TreeHackM, long-time help desk nerd here.
Okay,
Smile?
Okay. I started at help desk in like 1995. So it was some time ago. But I've been there too. So I worked in IT a lot, and then now, like a year ago, I realized that this exists, and I started doing like tracking things, trying to learn a bit more about this. So if there's anything that's not clear, just ask. But I'm a noob too. The menu that appears, let's see, switch over to Settings tab in the top right of Burp here. Click on the Sessions category. So, I'm curious now, because I asked them to update these rooms and then they did. Did they not update it anyway, really? They mean these settings, not these settings. So the settings are the top right. Okay, and then go to Sessions. And I have reinstalled my VM, so otherwise it might have been here. I don't know if these are things that are saved or if you have to redo them when you have the free version, because some things are not saved. Scroll down to the bottom of the category to the macro section and click the Add button. The menu that appears will show us our request history. If there isn't a GET request to, let's just find it. GET request to admin login. The list already go there, yeah, in the browser. So select it and click OK. And give it a suitable name. What do you think about Macro 1? Okay, so we have a macro now. There are a lot of steps here. Let's switch over. Comparatively speaking, so the following GIF shows the entire process. So they call it grab CSRF. So it's just what we just did, it's nothing else. Only our didn't have the cool name. Now that we have a macro defined, we need to set session handling rules that define how the macro should be used. Still in the Sessions category of the main settings, scroll up to the Session Handling Rules section, and it shows to add a new rule. So, Session Handling Rules, add a new rule. A new window will pop up with 2 tabs. Details and Scope. We are in the Details tab by default. Fill in the appropriate description and switch to the other tab. Okay. Since we don't know yet what it's supposed to do. In the Tools section, select every checkpoint other than Intruder. Okay. Okay. No, it says deselect, of course. I was like, what? This sounds off. Making sure you're on the right screen with me here. So, yeah, deselect every other checkbox. We do not need this rule to apply anywhere else.
Jerome Sluck says,
I don't want to work today. Had a big storm overnight here in the UK. Lots of thunder and lightning.
I didn't notice anything, but otherwise I sleep kinda. Yeah, in case he would have been here too. It's not very far in weather terms, right? So did you get any sleep, or was it noisy? I'm just reading the next dot here. So, in URL scope here, shows use suite scope. There.
From 4 a.m., it was noisy, then I went back to sleep a bit, but then it came back just before 5 a.m.
Oh, because I actually did wake up tonight. But I thought it just was because I had back pain. I don't know, maybe that was weather too. I don't know. I usually never wake up at night. Maybe we had like some thunder and I didn't notice. This will set the macro to only operate on sites that have been added to the global scope, as was discussed in Burp Basics that I did like half a year ago. If you have not set a global scope, keep the use custom scope option. So I'm adding it again.
One of the claps of thunder was very loud, like it was above our street.
Oh, okay, yeah. We actually had a few months ago, I actually installed an app on the phone so I could see, because it was very close, and then it was like on the other side of the road, just in the middle of the kids' old daycare thing, in the middle of the grass, or maybe a tree, I guess. That the lightning hit really, it was very noisy. I think it's cool lightning.
I use WebLink.
Yeah, you could probably see there if we had any, but I guess I would have noticed. So, I mean, it's I'm here by Stockholm, so it's not very, far from the rest of the world here. Depends on where you are, of course. Where are you? Okay, so London and Stockholm. Is it far? In weather terms, I mean. It's not that far. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I left you on the wrong screen and I hopped to the map. So, I mean, in weather terms, we're like in the same place, right? It's not that far here. Apparently
It was traveling west to east according to the news, so it was probably on the way to you.
Oh, maybe. Was there something here just now? It's kind of fun to look at maps though, how it travels. It's already almost 14. Let's get started there. So I'm supposed to add the machine to the scope in the section here, if I'm not using it as a scope. So I'm I think we'll just use it like this. So if custom scope is, then I can just add one, I guess, right? Didn't it want the HTTP?
Yeah, that site uses volunteers with sensors around the world.
Oh, cool. I wonder how it does it in the other app. I'm guessing they share information on the different lightning sites. It's really salty. I'm I've bought this kind before. So we added it to the including scope list here. So now we need to switch back over to Details tab and look at the Rule Actions section. So let's have this up instead. Click the Add button. This will cause a drop-down menu to appear with a list of actions we can add. Select Run a Macro from the list. And let's... in the new window that appears, select the macro we created earlier. As it stands, this macro will now overwrite all the parameters in our intruder request before we send them. This is great, as it means that we will get the login token and session token added straight into our requests. That said, we should restrict which parameters and cookies are being updated before we start our attack. Select that update only the following parameters. And now I'm thinking, did I really know what I did, or did I just click? We are at sessions and we added a rule. So update only the following parameters and headers. And I guess we need to edit it. And let's copy and use like a bit of logic here. And just add our things. So if I click add, yeah, right. Okay, it was just one parameter. The other one is a cookie. So we need to update the cookie too. And it's called session. So add there. So we have both of them added. How cute that they are indented differently. I mean, why? Press OK. Okay, so we have the nice name of Rule 1, running macro 1. The following GIF demonstrates the final stage of the process. Oh yeah, and they named things. Click OK. We're done. So we made a rule that runs the macro. I'm going up again, because what did I click after that? Yeah, we were on the other tab. That's why I was like, where are the other things? Right, so that's logical. And we can scroll. So if we do edit on this one, we have these. Okie dokie do. So sorry. You should now have a macro defined that will substitute in the CSRF token in session cookie. All that's left to do is switch back to intruder and start the attack. And seriously, I thought this was more complex than it was. It's just doing it by itself. We didn't have to select anything in there or anything. So let's run it then. These are the settings. And this rule is active and it's on our scope, the IP. So it should be used when we run this then. And it will replace these two. So if we click the start attack button now, it says I'm slow by the program. I don't think we have any interesting replies yet. Oh my, that's slow. Well, it contains 100, so. Let's just look at some of them. They're different. Cool. So it seems to be working. And the length difference is because they're different username and password. Do we have anything with another status code or something yet? No. Okay. You should be getting 302 status code responses for every attack in this request. Or every request in this attack, of course. If you see 403, then your macro is not working. But we can see that it's updating. So I think it's done, right? It didn't seem to. All of them are the same here. Let's look at the responses. Yeah, so login, and this one is admin. just a drop fly like this. So we have here the name, username, password. So I guess let's not copy this, just type it. Two T's and two N's. Oh, I tabbed by mistake. And then we had Bella1. Okay. Didn't I spell it correctly? Oh. Okay. So it was probably because we had done several requests between, right? So it was old. So we got some information here. Oh, sorry. The soap was... I'm seriously annoyed at my own pronunciation. O. Dot Bennett colon Bella1. So let's actually go back and look at it again. So the point of this is to learn to make the macros. So let's just do it once more. Let's close this one. And so we have the payload here, and it's on this IP. It's cookie called session, and it's the login token. And we click the settings. So we first made the macro. Let's just remove these then, in the same order we added them. There. So let's add a new macro, and we were supposed to take the get admin login one. Macro recorder. Select the items, the proxy history that you wish to include in the macro. There. So this was all we did. This is apparently creating a macro. But then the rule was what was actually the thing, right? The beautiful name of rule 2. We went here, we removed all the check marks except intruder. We could change this to use the scope, but we didn't have it there, so we added the IP here, and it's 10, 10, 20, 108, which was already there, so I could have been lazy. So, and then we went back here, right? Oh, we did run a macro one, and then we updated this one. Do I have to click edit really? What was it? Login token. Login token, which is already there, of course. There, and then this one. And I guess we can session there. No macro selected. Oh, I thought since this was only one there, it was already selected. Yeah, I added the scope. That was what I was unsure about. So let's close it, and if it still works. Let's... No, I closed it, good. So if we start the attack again, and we don't have to run it all, but we have to see that these are different. They are not. So it's broken, it doesn't work. And we're getting 4 3s too. So I missed something. Do you know what I missed? What did I miss? So let's go up and look at the description of what to do. I switch to the payloads tab, add these, and it says recursive grep doesn't work, as if I would know what that is. Macros allow us to perform settings, setting in the top right, add a macro, get the request to the get request to admin login, yes. And give it a name and click OK. Sessions handling rules. Add a new rule, a new window will pop up. Can't double click, that annoys me. So there, it looks the same as theirs. Fill in a description in the total scope. Total scope. Uncheck everything but intruder. I did that. Since then it was this, well, they tell us to do this, but if you don't have it, the scope or target defined, you can do custom. And then switch back to the details tab. Look at rule actions, add, run a macro. So I don't see. Oh, did I forget the cookie? Didn't I add the cookie? No, I just clicked here. I didn't type the name. Okay, good. I did click this. I didn't click add. Problem found. So I forgot to click the add button, which is kind of annoying. You can type something and then you close it and it's not there. Okay, so unintuitive UI, definitely. So, okay. And these are still there. And now we get 302s. And they should be different. No? Am I blind? And I just realized.
How is it 1:20 already? Where has today gone?
Yeah, crazy. I just realized there's a blue line on the bottom where I can see if it's finished. Woohoo! I've never seen that. It's crazy how time flies, really.
Yeah, I took a screen break from working this morning, and cleaned the banister upstairs, spent 20 minutes doing that lol.
It's like magic. When you sit by the computer, time just flies.
I don't know how it took so long.
But you have, I mean, like, cleaning the whole house takes less time than doing a few things by the computer, I feel. I mean, it feels that way. So, it's finished. So maybe I was not wrong, because this looks like the same to me. Right?
Our cats come in from outside through our bathroom, and sometimes have muddy feet, so they walk through the banister to get downstairs.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Then 20 minutes sounds kinda short, right? So we have the reply or the answer.
Well, that and I was probably using the wrong cleaning product at first, lol.
So, why do we get 302s? We should get 403s when we do the wrong thing. Is it just because we're... What did I do differently the first time it worked? Let's just kill burp. Because I don't trust it to be reasonable. So log out. And burp is not on, so it shouldn't be anything there. So fresh burp.
(302) is a redirect?
Yes, so it's sending the... You could see in the response there if it sends you back to the login page or if it sends you to the admin page. So it redirected to different pages. But when we didn't have the right information before, we got the error instead. We got the 403 ones. And I didn't save any of the things. So if we go to the proxy now, we can just intercept this first one. And let's actually intercept the login. Well, I'm lazy now. UP. So we have U and we have P, and we want to send this to intruder, and add that one too. So it added this one since I had it marked. And we have still the same IP. Now is when we know if the macros are cleared out. We need to add the lists, of course, and the type. So pitchfork and what? I think it's like a... It's annoying that there's something there already. Well, so the first one is the usernames. The second one is the passwords. There. And that's all the things we did here. Then if the macro is still there, we will notice, because it will be in sessions macros, and it's not. So any macro we make will be deleted, which is, I don't know if it's good or bad, you know. It's the admin login get that we want. Why such a tiny window? So this one has the... Let's see. Here's the login token. So it has the things we want. Look, you block origin. That's why I never usually leave this on, but it's still in the history. So I guess I still have the window open there. So let's click OK on that one. So we have the macro. which is just what web page. Then we add a rule. We start with adding these, or rather removing them except for intruder. We want it to do this on our current one, and no, I didn't have it in the copy. 10, 10, 20, 108. There, included in scope. So then we go to details again, we add a rule, which is macro, and then we have to set these, and now it's all empty there. So login token, and I have to add before I close. And this one, so many clicks. Session, add, close. So we have both of them. We click OK, and we didn't select the macro. We click OK again. So now we should have all of the things, right? We have this, we have this. The best way to learn is to have problems. And if we edit this, we can see we have both of these. So and these are in the settings. So now when we start the attack, it should replace them. And now it works again. So we had to restart burp and do the exact same thing for it to work again. Is that right? Was that the actual thing? So let's look at the responses here. So this refers us to admin login, and when it's done, or this one, it just says admin. So you should be directed automatically to target URL admin. So that's how we know that this was the correct username and password. There. So this is nice to remember. I'll try to like maybe I should just like copy this note. You know, this is a simple instruction. The images were not really necessary either. It was just the text. So and this is a full list of it. I think I don't want the images though. Whatever. Web. Burp macro. So I shift control pasted. So if I would have just pasted, we get this. Maybe this is better. but just removing the images. Or should I leave them in there? And I'm saying this is THM. So there. Let's change this because this is very I'm almost regretting keeping the formatting anyway. Whatever. Let's not focus on the notes. They don't have to be perfect. So we spent an hour on doing this 4 times, right? Which means it should probably be still there in the memory at least tomorrow. Congratulations to completing the Burp Suit Intruder Room. By now you should have solid understanding of how to efficiently utilize Intruder to automate requests and perform various types of attacks. In the next room of the module we'll be looking at some of Burp Suit's other modules. So we go to the next one. And I think this is the last in the path, because I had done the others. We'll see after. Apparently I clicked this one. So, Burp Suit other modules. Just 1 second. I just realized that I think you can make like markers. So I'm going to try and make my first marker in the Twitch. So now we're doing Burp Suit other modules. I don't know if that matters, or if it. I'm assuming that I will see when I do like highlight and things. I can see them because I always go like back and forth and try and find the spot where it switches. Almost out of tea that I made this morning. So let's go. In addition to the widely recognized repeater and intruder rooms, Burp Suit incorporates several lesser known modules. I kind of know what we're going to do. I remember. I think it's like encoding stuff or things like that, right? This will form a focus for this room's exploration. The spotlight will be on decoder, comparer, sequencer, and organizer. These facilitate operations with encoded text, enable comparison of datasets, allow the analysis of randomness with captured tokens. Okay, so if they're not random, we can use that. And help you store and annotate copies of HTTP messages that you may want to revisit later. Although these tasks appear straightforward, accomplishing them with Burp Suit can substantially save time, thus emphasizing the importance of learning to use these modules efficiently. Without further ado, let's delve into the first tool, decoder. Deploy the machine. We did. So, decoder. Sorry. The soap, it made me like burpy. I'm actually going to close Burp again So we have a clear history here. What? Oh, I still remember that that page. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. I'll just take a headache pill because my headache is back. It's from Car Crash 2004, which is very annoying. But it's not usually. I just trained too much yesterday, so today I feel it. The headache and stuff. Also, I did that, you know, with the round with the neck and things. I shouldn't have done that either, I think. Well, sometimes you're stupid, or rather, I think I need to train anyway, and then we'll see what happens afterwards. I hope it's not like a week. It's just one day, I hope. The coder module of Burpsuit gives user data manipulation capabilities. As implied by its name, it not only decodes data intercepted during an attack, but also provides the function to encode our own data, prepping it for transmission to the target. Decoder also allows us to create hash sums of data, as well as providing a smart decode feature, which attempts to decode previous data. Tell me when I'm on the wrong screen. Attempts to decode provided data recursively until it is back to being plain text, like a magic function in CyberChef. And if you haven't seen CyberChef, this is a link you should save. It's good. You can do stuff. I'm kind of curious though. I don't think I've used the magic function. Do you see the magic function? Is it the auto bake they mean? Probably, right? Whatever. To access the decoder, navigate to the decoder tab from the top. Let's start burp again. So, decoder. Oh, it's kind of tiny. I wonder if I can do anything. So, when we were here, did you have better size, right? I think I've changed some sizes. Well, we'll see what it says here. This interface lays out a multitude of options. They had two. This box serves as a workspace for entering or pasting data that requires encoding or decoding. Consistent with other modules of Burpsuit, data can be moved to this area from different parts of the framework via Send to Decoder option upon right-clicking. At the top of the list, on the right, well, there's text and hex. I guess they will say where are I? Yeah, text or hex. Byte values. As we move down the list, drop-down menus are represent to encode, decode, or hash the input. The smart decode function located at the end attempts to auto-decode the input. Upon entering data into the input field, the interface replicates itself to present output of our operation. We can then choose to apply further transformations using the same options. Okay, smart decode. This is very much repetition, so I'm kind of feeling I should go quicker, but also I don't want to skip ahead since well, you know, you're here too. Decoding and encoding with decoder. Now, let's examine the manual encoding and decoding options in detail. These are identical whether the decoding or encoding menu is chosen. Plain refers to raw text. URL encoding is utilized to ensure a safe transfer of data in the URL of a web request. It involves substituting characters for their ASCII character in hex format, preceded by percentage symbol. This method is vital for any type of web application testing. I should actually have like a list of these characters, right? The common ones. You can like have a printed sheet even. I don't have anything like that in my notes even. Though it's easy to just do it in burp or anything, but I'm going to actually add this to my notes now. So URL encoding. So I'm going to put the common ones here, but not right now. But like, let's add an example so I know later what I'm thinking of. So we can use this decode as URL, and if we do equals, what? There. So this is equals. What? I did Control C, not C. Undo doesn't work. This is so annoying. I can't even right click copy. Trying again. Now I think Control C worked. I really hope my my control key isn't. That wasn't the first time. That it isn't broken. So I feel like I should eat something more like a sandwich too or something. Maybe something you can chew actually. Those were tiny pieces of broccoli in that soup. And it also was like extremely salty. I'm actually going to do a quick getting more lunch break. I'll be right back. Maybe some tea. Some more lunch. I shouldn't leave, I know. Always halving the number of people. So I'm just updating to burp there too. So yeah, this I'm simply going to skip what I think is too obvious to read. So I'm curious what their link for Base64 is. What? No, that was not interesting at all. So, no. Something is off. Okay. I scrolled and everything, nothing happened. I've done that in Python already, so... Oh. Let's drag this to the end, so we don't tap into open invoices. So, ASCII hex. Okay. It's kind of funny that it could do gzip compression. So let's test it with actual text. I want gzip in text. So, these methods can be stacked, yes. Hex format, smart code. Okay, I have done this before, so it's a bit too, and also, you know, it's just general knowledge. And we want it to be Base64. So I would like a copy button, because that's what you usually do, right? Copy and paste. So I'm just submitting it. Then we have a URL encoded data string, and we're going to encode it as plain. Well, I guess decode URL. Oh, I failed my copy. Do Control C it again. There. Smarty code. Oh, that's cute. Oh, it wanted us to smart. Okay, 47. We can type 47. Encoding challenge. Start with base 64. So, pasting it. And apparently I failed to copy again. Or I failed to paste. I tried to delete it all. I couldn't. It annoys me, you know. Encode as base 64. Convert it to ASCII hex. Convert it to octal. And then I would like a copy button. There. So now it's going to be hashing instead, which is the difference is that encoding you can reverse it. You can't reverse hashing. So do we have to read this again? No. So I'm thinking let's just go to the questions. We know that they are used to secure passwords. A hashing algorithm output does not yield pure ASCII Unicode text, hence it's customary to convert the algorithm output into a hexadecimal string. That's what we're familiar with. Let's compare this by applying the ASCII hex encoding on the hash sum to create a neat hex string of this example. So, using decoder, what's a SHA-256, hash sum of the phrase. Let's get hashing. So, copy. And now we want to hash it to, oh my. Can I type letters? No, because it just isn't the string. So I have to scroll. Well, oh. Well, I guess it's, since I have a bit of a headache still, I guess it's a good thing to do these easy questions today. I don't know. I mostly get bored. Right, so something went wrong with my pasting there. Something is very off here. supposed to be this character. And changing it also changed the... It removed this bit. What if I just wanted, like I did this time, to just change one letter because it was a... oh, I pasted it in the wrong place. So when I copied this became the Swedish letter Ä. So apparently there was a bit of a bug there somewhere. Generate the MD5 hash sum of the phrase. Insecure algorithms. So yeah, got orange juice. So I'm kind of thinking, let's do this quickly and let's do something more fun. But I want to finish them, so MD4. Alright, hash. MD4. Encode this as base64, not put ASCII hex. So we have to copy it again. Apparently my copy failed, and it's not possible to right click it. Yeah, I remember why I will never use a decoder. Like, seriously, right click copy? No, can't right click anything here. Not possible. Here I could do it because it's in the other mode then. So if I go to hex here, then I can copy. They forgot to put copy into the normal text one. Whatever, I'm not complaining here. I guess I am. Let's look at the in-context example. First, download the file attached to this task. There's a file. Okay. Well, I'm kind of thinking... My god, do I seriously have to do that? Let's see what they want us to do. Hashing is one-way process that transforms data. For a function to qualify as hashing, the output it generates must be irreversible. A proficient hashing algorithm ensures that every data input will generate a completely unique hash. For instance, using the MD5 algorithm to produce a hash sum for the text MD5 sum returns, using the same algorithm to MD5 sum yields entirely different hash, despite the close resemblance of the input. Therefore, hashes are commonly used to verify the integrity of files and documents. Even as a tiny... Okay, so they want us to check the checksum for the set then. Tiny alteration. Note. Algorithm is deprecated and should not be used. Moreover, the hashes are used to securely store passwords since they are one-way hashing. Possible. Even if the database is compromised. When user creates a password. Okay. I was somewhere else, right? I was down here. Why did I continue reading up there? So, download the file attached to the task. This file can also be downloaded from the deploy VM. Okay. Now read the problem specified. Hello.
VR Mechatronics says, hello, on next one English improve lesson.
Yeah, I have that file here somewhere with my words I learned yesterday for the English. If that's what you meant. I apparently didn't know the bookkeeping terms in English. And also other things. Like body parts. You may find this some joker has messed with my SSH key. There are 4 keys in. Oh.
I have to learn more and listen because I forget too much.
Okay. Yeah, just practice English, that's good. I had problems with the English words. Let's see. Here, English. I didn't know these were things. Well, some of them I kind of knew, but you know, this in Sweden we have like 4 words for that all translate to this in English. So I didn't feel really sure about it. But the accounting template, you know, and that we call it like in walking balance, incoming balance, and it's called opening balance. Well, not normal words. So I seriously not
I know
want to
Logger
redo
stock.
this one. Yeah, I was like, what is it called? I'm more like, and when I saw it, it was like, of course, yeah, that's it. So this zip file, I already clicked this. No. So. Oh well. Wasn't anything. It's all. I tried the AI music thingy, but it was a few weeks ago now even. I should do it more. So for this we use this tool. Old but good. Oh. Well, whatever. Let's go to... Actually, I think it's right. It has downloads here. So, what was it wanted? MD5? Yeah. But didn't it do all of them? Oh. I thought you could do it all. Okay, let's okay, apparently I didn't read what I was actually doing. Maybe this was not the quickest way. So let's do that instead. So we should have... Okay, I know what the problem was. I should have F3'd, I shouldn't have... Okay. I clicked and it checked the checksums and they were okay. Because I just clicked enter on it instead of F3 to view what it was. So 31, 66, 22. I guess it's number key 3. Yeah. So, next. Comparer. It compares stuff. I think I actually used this once. But it's this Windows 3.1 feel of this, really. Like I couldn't right click the other one. Seriously, let's do this.
The interface can be divided into 3 main sections. On the left, we see the items to be compared. When we load data into Comparer, it appears as rows in these tables. We select 2 datasets to compare. On the upper right, we have options for pasting data from the clipboard, paste, loading data from a file, load, removing the current row, remove, and clearing all datasets, clear. Lastly, on the lower right, we can choose to compare our datasets by either words or bytes. It doesn't matter which of these buttons you select initially because this can be changed later. These are the buttons we click when we're ready to compare the selected data. Just like most Burp Suite modules, we can also load data into Comparer from other modules by right-clicking and choosing Send to Comparer. Once we've added at least 2 datasets to compare and press on either words or bytes, a pop-up window shows us the comparison.
Well, let's lazy this one too.
This window also has 3 distinct sections. The compared data occupies most of the window. It can be viewed in either text or hex format. The initial format depends on whether we chose to compare by words or bytes in the previous window, but this can be overridden by using the buttons above the comparison boxes. The comparison key is at the bottom left, showing which colors represent modified, deleted, and added data between the 2 datasets. The Sync Views checkbox is at the bottom right of the window. When selected, it ensures that both sets of data will sync formats. In other words, if you change one of them into hex view, the other will adjust to match. The window title displays the total number of differences found.
So how can this be useful? Compare responses. Right, we did start something there. So, we have something to actually do. Oh, sorry. I wanted to copy. So let's try to log in with an invalid and capture. Okay. Oh, this is so annoying. Send a repeater. Let's practice the shortcut Control R. Send the request and right click on the response and show send to comparer. So there. Change the credentials to very specific ones that are apparently correct. And I assume that we're supposed to still have this up. Whatever. There. So send this to repeater. Send to repeater again. So why does this happen? Why do we get empty ones? Whatever. Send it. The response to compare, I assume, and I assume we compare these. So so if I click words, that's what actually compares it. So we go back to the login, or we send to the support. Support. So I assume that they mean that we should look for it in more advanced things. Sequencer. I'm just switching to that one because I don't really remember this.
Sequencer allows us to evaluate the entropy or randomness of tokens. Tokens are strings used to identify something and should ideally be generated in a cryptographically secure manner. These tokens could be session cookies or cross-site request forgery, CSRF, tokens used to protect form submissions. If these tokens aren't generated securely, then, in theory, we could predict upcoming token values. The implications could be substantial, for instance, if the token in question is used for password resets. Let's start by looking at the sequencer interface.
So ours is dark mode, that's the only thing.
We have two main ways to perform token analysis with Sequencer. Live capture, this is the more common method and is the default subtab for Sequencer. Live capture lets us pass a request that will generate a token to Sequencer for analysis. For instance, we might want to pass a post request to a login endpoint to Sequencer, knowing that the server will respond with a cookie. With the request passed in, we can instruct Sequencer to start a live capture. It will then automatically make the same request thousands of times, storing the generated token samples for analysis. After collecting enough samples, we stop the sequencer and allow it to analyze the captured tokens. Manual load. This allows us to load a list of pre-generated token samples directly into Sequencer for analysis. Using manual load means we don't need to make thousands of requests to our target, which can be noisy and resource intensive. However, it does require that we have a large list of pre-generated tokens. We will be focusing on live captures in this room.
So, we already have the one we caught. So if we send this to Sequencer instead. In the token login within response section. Since we're testing the login token in this case, select the form field. Ready button. It does look gray. Yeah. Okay. So, admin login. Okay. Because the other one didn't have the... have any. Let's just... No, this one. I never really use this one anymore. I just look at this. But this is so funny. Why is it jumping? That's just because I spelled username wrong so many times. We have different ones there. So I didn't say if it wanted. This is a login token. I'm kind of thinking they want the login attempt. This says I don't know where on the page I was even. Capture a request. That's what it say. I'll right click it and send to Sequencer. Let's remove that one. And no, we still can't click the form field. That's the wrong one. So, let's look at them. Is it really this one that you want? Yes. So, because it has the response too. Oh, I shouldn't almost lie down. So, cookie form field custom location. We can simply leave all options at their default values, click the start live caption, because we want to see if this is actually random then. Well, we're supposed to catch about 10,000. A new window will pop up indicating that a live capture is in progress and displays the number of tokens captured so far. Wait until a sufficient number of tokens are captured. The more tokens we have, the more precise our analysis will be. Once around 10,000 tokens are captured, click on pause and then select the Analyze Now button. So, we're at 3,000. So, let's read the rest. It's important to note that we could have also chosen stop the procedure. However, by opting to pause, we keep the option to resume capture later if the report doesn't have enough samples to accurately calculate the token's entropy. If we wished for periodic updates on the analysis, we could have selected the Auto-Analyze checkbox. This option tells Burps to perform the entropy analysis for every 2,000 requests, providing frequent updates that will become increasingly accurate as more samples are reloaded into the sequencer. At this point, it's all worth noting that we could choose to copy or save the captured tokens for further analysis at a later time. Upon clicking the Analyze Now button, Burp will analyze the token's entropy and generate a report. And seriously, while I was reading, I was solving a problem with my kids. Parent brain, I guess. So, I know what to do with that thing now. So, let's pause. Overall results estimated to be excellent. I think that's probably okay. I was like, I have never typed this word. Excellent. Excellent sounds. I don't know why I don't use it. Excellent. Oh, well, now I know how to spell it. We're learning English, right? I'm actually eating off my muesli. So it's like... Oh, that was a real hard one. Grains of different things. I think I wanted something more to chew on, you know. So analysis. Now that we have a report for the entropy analysis of a token, it's time to analyze it. The general entropy analysis. The report is split into 4 primary sections. Yeah. Well, it looks like that. So I'll just TTS the rest of it and
overall result.
continue.
This gives a broad assessment of the security of the token generation mechanism. In this case, the level of entropy indicates that the tokens are likely securely generated. Effective entropy, this measures the randomness of the tokens. The effective entropy of 117 bits is relatively high, indicating that the tokens are sufficiently random and, therefore, secure against prediction or brute force attacks. Reliability, the significance level of 1% implies that there is 99% confidence in the accuracy of the results. This level of confidence is quite high, providing assurance in the accuracy of the effective entropy estimation. Sample, this provides details about the token samples analyzed during the entropy testing process, including the number of tokens and their characteristics. While the summary report often provides enough information to assess the security of the token generation process, it's important to remember that further investigation may be necessary in some cases. The character level and bit level analysis can provide more detailed insights into the randomness of the tokens, especially when the summary results raise potential concerns. While the entropy report can provide a strong indicator of the security of the token generation mechanism, there needs to be more definitive proof. Other factors could also impact the security of the tokens, and the nature of probability and statistics means there's always a degree of uncertainty. That said, an effective entropy of 117 bits with a significance level of 1% suggests a robustly secure token generation process.
I do have training ache in my legs, which is nice, because I want to get in better shape. So, I just click the question there. The organizer can be module of burp is designed to help you store and annotate copies of HTTP requests that you may want to revisit later. Let's TTS it too, because
this tool can be particularly useful for organizing your penetration testing workflow. Here are some of its key features. You can store requests that you want to investigate later, save requests that you've already identified as interesting, or save requests that you want to add to a report later. You can send HTTP requests to Burp Organizer from other Burp modules such as Proxy or Repeater. You can do this by right-clicking the request and selecting Send to Organizer or using the default hotkey Ctrl+O. Each HTTP request that you send to Organizer is a read-only copy of the original request saved at the point you sent it to Organizer.
I'm just curious what we could use this for, right? What? Requests are stored in a table which contains columns such as request index number, the time the request was made, workload status, burp tool that the request was sent from, HTTP method, server host name, URL file path, URL query string, number of parameters in the request, HTTP status code for response, length of the response in bytes, and any note that you have made. So we can make a note there. Can we make a note here? So we just type something. Okay. I've not seen anyone use this, right? To view the request and response, click on it. Read only. Yeah. So, congratulations on completing the burp suite other modules room. To summarize, the code allows you to encode and decode data, making it easier to read and understand the information being transferred. Comparer enables you to spot differences between two data sets, which can be pivotal in identifying vulnerabilities or anomalies. Sequencer helps performing entropy analysis. This could be good, I guess. Providing insight into the randomness of their generation and consequently their security level. Organizer enables you to store and annotate copies of the HTTP request. I think, will these even be stored? I don't think so. They will just be gone the next time you open the program, right? So, having a fundamental understanding of these tools equips you with a broader skill set when it comes to web application penetration testing. So there's one more room in this series. So let's go to it. Extensions, right. I have done all of these, but they changed them, so that's why I'm doing them again. Welcome to the burp suite. Oh right, I should make one of those marker thingies here. Well, let's copy the name of it. And marker, yes. And the name. So so extensions, this is interesting, more interesting than the last one. In this room, we will explore the modular aspects of Burp Suite, focusing on its exposed functionality that allows developers to create additional modules for the framework. While coding Burp modules is beyond the scope of this module, why? We will briefly examine the API documentation and discuss the typical process of adding new modules using the Burp Suite BAP store. To complete this room, you will not need a target machine, but make sure you have access to a copy of Burp Suite if you're using the attack bug. Okay. So extension interface. Let's hop to this. Extensions. Go back to the horrible bright light version. So 1, 2, 3, 1 extension list. The top box displays a list of extensions that are currently installed in Burp Suite. It says Turbo Intruder in mine. So I have added something there that I don't remember, but I recognize the name. Okay, that's always nice. My computer knows more than me. So it allows you to activate or deactivate extensions. So can I click the little... Are you sure I want to unload? No. Mention extensions. On the left side of the extensions interface, there are options to manage extensions. Add. The buttons there. You can use this button to install new extensions from file on your disk. These files can be custom coded modules or modules obtained from external sources that are not available in the official BAP store. Remove removes. Up, down. Control the order which installation extensions installed extensions are listed. The order determines the sequence in which extensions are invoked when processing traffic. Extensions are applied in descending order according to starting from the top of the list and moving down. In order is essential, especially when dealing with extensions that modify requests, as some may conflict or interfere with others. Details output errors. These buttons control the order. No. Here, towards the bottom of the window, there are sections for currently selected extension. Okay, so if we click one, like here, I can't unselect it, so I guess it's always this. So, wake up. This section provides information about the selected extension, such as its name, version, and description. Output. Extensions can provide output during their execution, and this section displays the relevant output or results. Errors. If an extension encounters any errors during execution, they will be shown in this section. This can be useful for debugging and troubleshooting extension issues. In summary, the extensions interface in Burp Suite allows users to manage and monitor the installed extensions, deactivate them for a specific project, and view important deals, output, and errors. By using extensions, Burp Suite becomes a powerful and customizable platform for various security testing and web application assessment tasks. Okay, let's do a big A there then. Oh, I apparently had the wrong answer. So, alright, yeah, that's me in English. Apparently. Not words you usually use. The BAP store. In Burp Suite, the BAP store button. Let's look at that then. Here. Allows us to easily discover and integrate official extensions seamlessly into the tool. Extensions can be written in various languages, with Java and Python being the most common choices. Java extensions integrate automatically with the Burp Suite's framework, while Python extensions require a JSON interpreter. To get feel for the BAP store and installing Java extension, install the request timer. So, I guess we start here. So request timer. This extension captures response times for requests. Can be useful for timing attacks. Okay, sure. So let's install it then. We can also submit a rating. By Nick Taylor. The request timer extension enables us to log the time it takes for a request. So, I read on the other side there, so now it actually tells us how to install it. How very useful. After successfully installing, you will notice a new tab appearing in the main menu. We already had one, so different extension may. So we have the request timer here. So how many tabs can we have? But we know we can just go to installed and remove the check there. So variant behaviors. Some may add items to right-click context menus, other create entirely new tabs. As this installation is something example, we won't cover how it works, right? So I remember this too. So that we need these to run them. Is there a link here? I don't even know if I have this done in this one. So let's look at settings and extensions, and they're not here. I'm just looking for the website. No, sorry. Standalone. I did click. There. So let it be there. I mean, if I change stuff, I will probably bring the home directory now. Probably because of that it's already in here. So the file name wrong. Python standalone. So I didn't really read this. I remember I was just downloading the file and putting it there. So I don't think there was anything more than that. So, more interesting, I think.
In the Burp Suite Extensions module, you have access to a wide range of API endpoints that allow you to create and integrate your modules with Burp Suite. These APIs expose various functionalities, enabling you to extend the capabilities of Burp Suite to suit your specific needs. To view the available API endpoints, navigate to the API subtab within the Extensions module. Each item listed in the left-hand panel represents a different API endpoint that can be accessed from within Extensions.
So, APIs, and here we can see stuff.
The Extensions APIs give developers significant power and flexibility when writing custom extensions. You can use these APIs to seamlessly interact with Burp Suite's existing functionality and tailor your extensions to perform specific tasks. Burp Suite supports multiple languages for writing extensions, such as Java. Natively you can directly use Java to write extensions for Burp Suite, taking advantage of the powerful APIs available. Python, via Jython. If you prefer Python as your programming language, you can utilize Jython, which is a Java implementation of Python to create Burp Suite extensions. Ruby, via JRuby. Developers familiar with Ruby can leverage JRuby, a Java implementation of Ruby, to build Burp Suite extensions. It's important to note that coding your extensions for Burp Suite can be a complex task, and it goes beyond the scope of this module. However, suppose you are interested in exploring this area further and creating custom extensions. In that case, Portswigger provides a comprehensive reference that is an excellent resource for developing Burp Suite extensions. To learn more about Burp Suite extension development and to access the detailed reference, you can visit Portswigger's official documentation. This resource will provide the information and guidance needed to create powerful and customized extensions that enhance your experience with Burp Suite.
So I'm actually a bit warm with my jeans, so I'm going to go cinch pants. It's kind of warm in here with all the lights and summer outside now. So it's almost 16. So, congratulations, you have completed the Burp Suite extension room. By going through this module, you have gained valuable insights into how to use extensions to enhance the functionality of Burp Suite. You now have a solid understanding of install and manage extensions by App Store, integrate Jython, leverage Python within Burp Suite, explore the APIs. I'm kinda want more, you know. Well, this we've done, right? Yeah, so I did this long ago. Doesn't mean you can never do it again, of course, but if we look at the dashboard now, I think it's kind of like doesn't know what to do. Review the path. So we're 100% done with this. So I guess we will click the button. We are now successfully completed the Web Fundamentals CModule. So we save a very nice looking image. So what should we do? Should we look at what else we have? There used to be this image, you know, or they used to be prettier. I don't know why they changed it. Well, I'm not going to do the sock ones. Was a security engineer. Well, I guess I know what I want to do next. So what do we have? What choices? We have junior penetration test. We have 60%. So maybe we should do that one first, because the other ones have lower percentages. This is 5, 31, 7, and I know that they're all, you know. If we keep doing the one with the highest percent done, we'll do them all quite quickly, I think. Right? I think this one was like 80% done when we started it. So if we click this button, it will pop up on the dashboard, right? So we have done, we just did the Burp Suite one, because they're overlapping. So here's actually very interesting stuff. Very nice. Though I think I have done a very similar room to this before. I'm just curious. Yeah, it's all done. This is not done. And that's just one of them done. So this was like the first things you do, right? Alright, we're going to repeat the SQL one. Let's put it up here, because I want to do that, but maybe not on stream, just to... I don't have the notes. I had them in Google Docs, I think. Well, let's just start with the one. It's the one they suggest, so we could have clicked resume learning, I guess. So right. I'm making another marker here. Marker, room name. Why did it pop in TryHackMe there? Did I actually manage to copy that? Whatever. So these are this module covers. So it's just a list with links to the rooms. Okay. Yeah, so we'll have to like compare with the notes, make sure we have everything, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go switch pants and we can listen to this while I do that.
In this room, after we define passive reconnaissance and active reconnaissance, we focus on essential tools related to passive reconnaissance. We will learn 3 command line tools. HOI to query HOI servers. ANS lookup to query DNS servers. DIG to query DNS servers. We use HOI to query HOI records, while we use ANS lookup and DIG to query DNS database records. These are all publicly available records and hence do not alert the target. We will also learn the usage of 2 online services. DNS Dumpster. Shodan.io. These 2 online services allow us to collect information about our target without directly connecting to it. Prerequisites: this room requires basic networking knowledge along with basic familiarity with the command line. The modules Network Fundamentals and Linux Fundamentals provide the required knowledge if necessary. Important notice: please note that if you are not subscribed, the attack box won't have internet access, so you will need to use the VPN to complete the questions that require internet access. Answer the questions below. This room does not use a target virtual machine, VM, to demonstrate the discussed topics. Instead, we will query public HOI servers and DNS servers for domains owned by TryHackMe. Start the attack box and make sure it is ready. You will use the attack box to answer the questions in later tasks, especially tasks 3 and 4.
So that's more summer clothes. Tight jeans are not like unsweaty. So yeah. I'm kind of thinking, should I like have the TTS read this? It seems like very basic start info, right?
This room
Repeating
expects the user
again.
to have a working knowledge of computer networks.
That's
If you like to
annoying.
brush up on this topic, you are encouraged to study the Network Fundamentals module first. Before the dawn of computer systems and networks, in the art of war, Sun Tzu
Getting
taught,
my notes.
if you know the enemy and know yourself, your victory will not stand in doubt. If you are playing the role of an attacker, you need to gather information about your target systems. If you are playing the role of a defender, you need to know what your
So-
adversary will discover about your systems and networks. Reconnaissance, recon, can be defined as a preliminary survey to gather information about a target. It is the first step in the unified kill chain to gain an initial foothold on a system. We divide reconnaissance into passive reconnaissance, active reconnaissance. In passive reconnaissance, you rely on publicly available knowledge. It is the knowledge that you can access from publicly available resources without directly engaging with the target. Think of it like you are looking at target territory from afar without stepping foot on that territory. Passive reconnaissance activities include many activities, for instance, looking up DNS records of a domain from a public DNS server, checking job ads related to the target website, reading news articles about the target company. Active reconnaissance, on the other hand, cannot be achieved so discreetly. It requires direct engagement with the target. Think of it like you check the locks
Oops.
on the doors and windows, among other potential entry points. Examples of active reconnaissance activities include connecting to one of the company servers such as HTTP, FTP, and SMTP. Calling the company in an attempt to get information, social engineering. Entering company premises pretending to be a repairman. Considering the invasive nature of active reconnaissance, one can quickly get into legal trouble unless one obtains proper legal authorization.
So, was there anything for the notes here? uh, uh, so let's see if we have that in this list. No, I don't think so. Maybe.
HOI is a request and response protocol that follows the RFC 3912 specification. A HOI server listens on TCP
Let's
port
actually
43 for incoming
search.
requests. The domain registrar is responsible for maintaining the HOI records for the domain
Oh,
names it is
that's
leasing.
funny.
The HOI server replies with various information related to the domain requested. Of particular interest, we can learn registrar, via which registrar was the domain name registered. Contact info of registrant, name, organization, address, phone, among other things.
Fixerbot
Unless made hidden
says,
via a privacy service.
New follower I see
Creation,
null.
update,
Less than 3.
and expiration dates. When was the domain name first registered? When was it last updated? And when does it
I'm
need to be
just
renewed?
searching the notes.
Name server, which server to ask to resolve the domain name. To get this information, we need to use a HOI client or an online service. Many online services provide HOI information, however, it is generally faster and more convenient to use your local HOI client. Using the attack box, or your local Linux machine, such as Parrot or Kali, you can easily access your HOI client on the terminal. The syntax is HOI domain_name, where domain_name is the domain about which you are trying to get more information. Consider the following example executing hoitryhackme.com.
So I don't think we had who is here in the list. Eller HOI som that the TDS call it. Well, I usually make several here. That's why it's so empty here, because it's all in one file. Let's make it its own note, because we want all the things here, right? Notes is they're good. So I'm just quickly reading it again. So Tickets info. So why not do it? And as you might know, I'm not very secretive about who I am, so we could do it on my domain. Not that you couldn't do it yourself. Who is recognized. Let's start with TryHackMe then. Oh my goodness, that's not little information. Maybe this is more fun than mine, I guess. So, this is just general information. Can't do that right, I have to select it all. So, as an example, let's do the help too. So, who is option object? I'm just pasting it, so it looks a bit prettier also in Obsidian. Let's do, where am I typing? And they're definitely not the right place. So I just did this. Redacted for privacy. All of it. So I'm not friends with InLead anymore, but whatever. So none of my information is available, only my money draining provider there. Okay. So let's see what it says more. So it has an example here. We see plenty of information, we will inspect them in order of display. First, we notice redirect who is name sheep calm. Is maintaining the who is record for this domain. You can see the creation date. Could we do that on mine? Cause I had a .se one, but I added the com with the 42 instead of I had fix it now.se. So this was created the 21st. So I need to put something there too. Next video information of the registrant. I'm sorry, I'm not reading it all aloud. I think it's kind of obvious, right? When? Okay, so they want us to give them the information.
Sullivan GFX says,
Hi, how's going?
Hi, well, it's good, I guess. We're going through the learning rooms. It's kind of nice to have them, all the information. So now I'm actually at rooms I have not done before, even if I've done a similar one, I think. So we're going to see if we can find information. So the creation date, they asked. When was it registered? Is this it then? Oh. I forgot where I was. Oh. They wanted me to remove the dashes. So, what's a register? I have to go up all the way again. I'm just counting letters. I guess it's this bit. Yes. What company is Troy Hackney using for name servers? Yeah, so here. There. So we got that information from that, but we couldn't see as much information on me. We could see the date though and the company. We could see that there too, and also the name server one, of course. It would be kind of hard to have that secret, right? We know what we did in the previous task. find the IP address of the domain name using NSLookup. I would server name server lookup. You need to use the command NSLookup domain name, for example. So how's it going with you, Solo and GFX? I did switch screens, right? So
Good and working while watching the streaming background, ha ha ha.
yeah, I do that a lot too. It's nice to have something to listen to, even if you can look at it all the time. So, oh, should I switch query type? Alright, I think I've never looked at the actual help for NSLookup. Where am I typing? Okay, that's an invalid option too. Okay. Kids knocking. Hey, Lubba. Do you like it?
Rainmanful says. Me too. Hardly working. No calls yet, 55 minutes. Any second now.
du menar Lava? Jag tror att det är från... måste jobba lite till. Oh my, I'm so sorry. That's when you have kids, you know. They're priority one, and he really wanted me to stay there for the rest of the day. I said I have to work a bit more. My God, it's bright light in here, really. So yeah, right. That was not the best screen to stop on, right? Options contain so maybe, since we didn't find a help, maybe we should actually save these things to the notes.
Sullivan GFX says,
Hey, here's one tip, curl, web link.
Sheet. And let's look up. Yeah. I have other stuff too. I'm just thinking that I'll try and organize it more. So I'll copy this and let's look up information too. Why did I put it in the same one? I don't know. Thanks. Let's see. So I have my other notes organized in a different way. And NS lookup, you know. I've never used options, I guess, because I've never needed. So here I have the domain name in this one. There's also options, so let's add the options like this. Well, I guess we should have actually like this, right? And oh, there was a table. All right, yeah, so it's a normal DNS ones. So it's obvious, but let it be there, because my notes are kinda trying to be obvious, trying to be too obvious even. Very kinda odd. Why use two spaces and make it look like a million in there? So Why? Oh, I switched to the VM. Yeah, and MX, did I have that in the list? Yeah. So I'm sorry if I'm kinda reading it quickly, not loud. TTS takes so much time, and I feel like I knew this 1995, so just wanna scan if there's something new. Yeah, dig. Let's fix the dig notes too. So I think we have it in here. Or maybe it's somewhere else. I don't know where all my notes are. So here I've used, and this one I used dig. But I don't have any notes on dig. Here on DNS I have dig. So I should have added a space to the search, right? Whatever. So lots of this should actually be here then. Like all of it. So why is that's why I want the note to be called the command, because it's much easier to find it again. If it's called DNS, you know. Alright, so I have host notes here, and I had notes here with example output. So let's add T. It has T for type. And we can do this. And dig. Did we have dig in this one? And here we have the other NSLookup bit. Yeah, and if you give it the commands this way, and this is more like a comment at the top, though I think this might have been a Windows example, so let it be. So it's at least it's collected in one place. So actual about the DNS in Linux, that should be in like Linux information. Oh well, we're doing useful stuff here. Cause all of this was called DNS Recon. So we have two similar ones now. Well, this one will be gone soon. So let's move this one to this one. And there. And do we have still more than one thing here? So I think I didn't think these were, you know, like worth their own. But now they get their own, so it's easier to find. So dig doesn't have much, no example. This one I'm thinking, now when it can drag, can I do it? Yeah, down. So a bit further, we should have Linux. So now it got a DNS for where Linux information is in. DNS information in Linux. So this one will simply be renamed. And we have more lines here now. And now this is the actual command. The actual command. Passive subdomain finder. Traceroute is just traceroute. This is just Wafu for the name, you know. So this one is this is the one we just were making. It's kind of empty here because we were just adding it. So I feel like we did a bit of sorting usefulness here too at the same time. But also it has dig information. Did it have anything that we didn't have? So TNS, and we can do, yeah, I remember this. Server is DNS server. Main name, type. Quick conversion between all the ends login. Dig shows a dig. Return more information such as TTL. Yeah, by default. If you want a query, you can execute dig. Give me MX. It's kind of fun that you put this in, right? So we always save the letters, right? Yeah, and here we see the mostly recently used one. So okay, so it wants specifically for us to check the TXT ones. So I'm actually going to look at my notes, and I can see that the option is to do T, and then my example is NS, but I knew it would be TXT now because they told us to. So there. So this I've never heard of. What is DNS? DNS dumpster. DNS lookup tool, such as NSLookup and dig, cannot find subdomains on their own. Okay, the domain you're inspecting might include a different subdomain that can't reveal much information about the target. For instance, a TryHackMe.com has a subdomains wiki, webmail. You want to learn more about these two? They can hold draw information about your target. There's a possibility that one of these subdomains has been set up and is not updated regularly. Like a proper regular updates usually leads to vulnerable services. But how can we know that such subdomains exist? Well, if I click here and copy, it will minimize everything again. Can we cover using multiple search engines to compile a list of publicly known subdomains? One search engine won't be enough. Moreover, we should expect to go through at least tens of results to find interesting data. After all, you are looking for subdomains that are not explicitly advertised, and hence it's not necessary to make it to the first page of search results. Another approach to discover such subdomains would be to rely on word parsing queries to find which subdomains have DNS records. To avoid such time-consuming search, one can use an online service that offers detailed answers to DNS queries, such as DNS Dumpster. So let's just at once make a note here, so we don't have to have the whole thing there. Free domain research tool that can discover hosts related to a domain. So that's tiny text. So time passes quickly, though we've done a few learning pages today. Let's I think I need
To avoid such a time-consuming search, one can use an online service that offers detailed answers to DNS queries, such as DNS Dumpster. If we search DNS Dumpster for TryHackMe.com, we will discover the subdomain blog.tryhackme.com, which a typical DNS query cannot provide. In addition, DNS Dumpster will return the collected DNS information in easy-to-read tables and a graph. DNS Dumpster will also provide any collected information about listening servers. We will search for TryHackMe.com on DNS Dumpster to give you a glimpse of the expected output. Among the results, we got a list of DNS servers for the domain we are looking up. DNS Dumpster also resolved the domain names to IP addresses and even tried to geolocate them. We can also see the MX records. DNS Dumpster resolved all 5 mail exchange servers to their respective IP addresses and provided more information about the owner and location. Finally, we can see text records. Practically a single query was enough to retrieve all this information.
I just think the graphs are so unreadable compared to text. Why did I do that twice? Maybe we should finish this one then, I guess. So
when you are tasked to run a penetration test against specific targets, as part of the passive reconnaissance phase, a service like Shodan.io can be helpful to learn various pieces of information about the client's network, without actively connecting to it. Furthermore, on the defensive side, you can use different services from Shodan.io to learn about connected and exposed devices belonging to your organization. Shodan.io tries to connect to every device reachable online to build a search engine of connected things in contrast with a search engine for web pages. Once it gets a response, it collects all the information related to the service and saves it in the database to make it searchable. Consider the saved record of one of treehack.com servers.
I might have heard it like once. Should we Google? Like this? Oh, wasp, okay. Mapping attack services. Open source information. Oh, yeah. I recognize that. So, thanks. This is interesting. Let's actually make a note called this. So I'll have to look at that sometime. Searching for Track.com on Shodan.io will display. Did we need to close? And we can close this one too. Oh, so there's a special room on it. I'm starting to be tired, and at 18 my mom comes and we're going to switch your tires. It's summer. I need to do mine too. But I need a bit of time with the kids before then, so I'm thinking let's just finish this a bit quickly. Because it's not worth pausing when we're almost finished. Come on. I was going to click that one. So, what is the second country in the world in terms of number of publicly available? Oh my. Oh my goodness. Search query fundamentals. Let's add this to the okay. I thought I already had added the main page. Well, I'm curious why this comes up with TryAcme. I see marketing opportunities. What was that beeping? That's a question. So, I guess this is something I should learn more about too. Lots in that list though. So, I guess we search for a pet. And I don't expect I'll have to learn all about how to query it. No, it's actually in the same place. And there my ear warns me about low battery, meaning we'll survive this, I guess. So that's interesting, and the questions are good. Simple searches to see basic things what it can do. And it's actually interesting that they're not the same port, you know? That's interesting. 5001. Okay, type please. So I always usually see what ends. Oh yeah, search for, yeah. So in this room we focus on reconnaissance, in particular we covered command line tools, hoist, lookup, dig. We also discuss 2 public available services, DNS dumps and shorten IO. The power of such tools is that you can collect information about your target system without directly connecting to them. Moreover, the trove of information you may find using such tools may be massive once you master search options and get used to reading the results. And there's room on more on DNS too. I'm not sure if I have done it even. Yeah, it's done already. So who is and let's look up MX. Yeah, and here we say we can have this as an example too, right? To make it clear everything. And this is like the actual question that we did to get the reply. And the dig example. Oops. Dig. We don't have a lot of examples there, so let's add another one. Can we do this? So we can see the difference of the syntax between NSLOOKUP and dig. So this is well, I guess it's okay. So next room for next time. Let's see if we have any. Okay, so it's time to raid. Should we take, what do you think? Hate handles or Trash Puppy? Let's see, Trash Puppy might be like coding and not doing anything security related. Oh, this is an ad.
It's definitely not not gonna be cursed. We know for sure.
I guess you always click the green shiny thing, right? So they're doing Python.
Are popular for data science analytics are all written in C. That's
and we have been doing.
How are we doing on the vote? Oh
So-
man, you little bastard.
I'm mostly worried because I don't want to have other people's music in my stream, you know. So let's just read them. Not that it's hard to type. Very easy name to type, actually. So, thanks very much for being here with me, and hopefully you learned something. I did, and well, we got some order in the notes for Pacific Recon. We just had 2 things under this. All of the rest is from now. We had the DNS one here I dragged up, because that's not active stuff. So I have, this is more like the active bit, and it's not actually it doesn't say that, but it's, oh. So you could say that this is part of this bit, but it doesn't have to be. But right now it is all networking stuff. I guess this one wasn't only networking, right? So, thanks very much for being here, and I'll be back tomorrow. So, bye-bye. Thanks.
Switched back to OBS. And with good results, apparently.